Hi, I'm Jim Warren. I'm the match director for the Guardian Run here at Elk Creek Hunt Club. We do a 5K two-gun biathlon. We have 7 shooting stages with several physical challenges, if you will, in between those. Stage 1, once you get to stage 1, we have strong hand, weak hand. You have to shoot pistol, 20 rounds each hand. Then from there you move to stage 2. Stage 2 is escape and evasion. We have an automobile set up. You put your rifle in the passenger side back seat. At the sound of the beep, you exit the vehicle and you use the door and the A-pillar for cover. You engage targets from there. From that point you safely holster your pistol, and then you move around the vehicle to your rifle. You got your rifle, you load that, and then you start to engage targets from there. The terrain between stage 2 and stage 3 is it's quite long and pretty intense. We've got a couple of tree ladders, as we call them. They are probably 25 feet tall. From there you move up to the lake. And at the lake, what we do is we have a safety line, and we encourage you to bring a dry bag so you can take all of your gear with you. We have a safety line set up, like I said, and then you do about a 45-yard swim. After that 45-yard swim, if you've taken your dry bag, you take all your equipment, you don it. Stage 3 is a tower or elevated shoot. We put numbers along the trail, and if you can tell the ROs what that order number is for those numbers, you have a reduction in the amount of up-downs that you have to do. We have a duffel bag that has approximately 80 pounds of weight in it. At that point you would have to put it on your shoulder, you would lay down flat on your back, and then you have to stand up, and that's 1. We have a weighted ammo can, and you will grab the weighted ammo can and traverse up a couple flights of stairs to an elevated position where you will shoot 3 pistol targets while holding that weighted ammo can in your left hand. After that you will holster your pistol and then traverse the stairway up 2 more levels to the rifle position, and from there we have 4 targets out approximately 100 to 150 yards that you would engage in an elevated position. Move to stage 4, which, since we're at Sporting Clays, we actually have a Sporting Clays shooting stage. And what we do there is we have 2 birds that go up, and we have 2 shots for you, and then we provide a shotgun. Then you move on to stage 5. Stage 5 is precision. We have 2 pistol targets that start you off. They are approximately 1 inch in diameter. You're approximately 10 and 15 feet on those 2 targets. What people tend to forget is your height of sight over bore, so they don't take that into play. And then also, once you engage those, you go into do the same thing with rifle, and that height over bore comes into play big time with rifle because your scope is so much higher than the bore of the rifle. Then once you make those shots, you have the chance to make a rooftop precision shot at 550 yards. If you get that, you get a token, and then you get 3 minutes off your time there. From there you move on to stage 6. That's where a lot more of those numbers come into play. We have 7 numbers that are lining the course, and if you know that number order, we have 2 VTAC boards set up, and you have to go through that order twice with pistol and twice with rifle through each one of the slots in the VTAC board in the correct order that you saw them on the course. Prior to shooting that, you need to drag about an 80-pound sandbag through a culvert tunnel. From there you move up the hill and go into stage 7. At stage 7 we had reloads. So by that time you had empty magazines, so we would have you take a pistol mag and load it with 3 rounds and engage targets, and you would be forced to do a reload behind cover. And then once you had those hits, you would transition to rifle on the second part of that and do the same thing. You would have 3 hits, and then you would have to step behind cover and you would have to do a reload. Once you're finished with that stage, you move on to the way home, if you will. Once you come up to the top and you can pretty much see the finish line, we threw in a little bit of a twist this year and we had kayaks there. And what we had to do is you had to get into a kayak and you had to traverse about 250 feet across the lake and then come back.
Try to get him over.
From there you came up over the hill, and that's where the finishing stage was.